and welcome to Josie and Ellie Crochet. Today's tutorial is on how to create this Christmas tree decoration angel. It doesn't have to be just for the Christmas tree, I should say. You could hang it anywhere, but we made these to pop on the Christmas tree. Now it is in fact, there's no crochet involved in this at all, so it's a nice project that I did with my two girls who are 8 and 5. They made some for their teachers and some for some family members and for our tree at home. So it's a nice project that you could potentially do with your children, or if you're just looking for a nice quick project for you to make something for around your own home. So equipment that you will need is, this is some macrame cord. I've made them before with 3mm cotton cord, or you could use some Aran cotton, would probably work quite well, but my preference is the kind of macrame style yarn cord. You will need some twine. You will need a wooden craft hoop and 2 wooden craft balls. You will need some scissors, which is why if you are doing it with your children, do make sure they are supervised whilst making it. You might not need a yarning needle, but I do, to be able to get the twine through the hole. So it depends on kind of the size of what you're using. So let's get going creating our little angel here. So I'm going to pop these bits to the side, and to start with you're going to need your cord of choice and some scissors, and what you're going to do is you're going to cut 10 pieces 30 centimeters long. So we want 10 pieces of cord 30 centimeters long. So we're not just sat here watching me. I have prepared them already. Don't worry too much if they're not quite exact. We can trim them once it's all put together. So we have 10 pieces of cord ready to go here. So the next thing I'm going to do is take our wooden craft hoop and the 2 wooden balls, and we're going to create kind of the little head and the loop at the top. So you will also need your twine and your needle if you require it. So what we're going to do is create the hanging string at the top first. So it's your preference how long you make that. I'm just going to go with the 30 centimeters, and then we're going to tie that and attach it to our hoop. And by no means, you do not have to add a wooden bead at the top here, but I quite like the look of it. So I'm going to take the needle and thread through the ball there with both pieces. There we are. Wiggle it about a bit so they're kind of the same length, and then I'm just going to secure so it doesn't wiggle around. I'm just going to tie that in a knot towards the bottom there, just to keep that in place, and then again at the top. There we go. Okay, so there's the top. I, in fact, have probably not cut this long enough. This one's a little bit longer. I think that's probably a better length, but it will be fine. So then we're going to take, this is going to be used as the head of our angel. So we're going to take some more twine here. And just like we did at the top here, I'm going to attach to the wooden hoop, and I'm going to thread both pieces onto the ball there. One, the second one goes on. then I'm going to secure that with a knot. And that is going to be our head. So I'm going to cut that short at the top here, so it just has a little stump there, and then I'm going to twist it round so it goes into the center, so your hoop will look like this. Just pop those bits out of the way. Right, so now we're going to work with our 10 pieces of cord here. We want to take 2 to one side and we will come back to them later. Then we should have 8, so we want 4 on each side, and we're going to work either side of our angel's head here. So we're going to take 4 pieces there and bring them through and pop over onto one side, and then we're going to do the same on the other. So take the 4 pieces of cord through the other side and lay them out here. So you want to lay them out so they're just about, you can see there, they're just about in alignment. We can trim that at the end, but we want to make sure we're just about right. Then we're going to take one of the 30 centimeter pieces of cord that we took to one side, and we're going to take that under, and as close as we can get, we're just going to simply tie that in a knot. So I have made this very simple and beginner friendly so that my girls could do it. You might want to do this a more complicated way, but this is how I've done it to make it nice and simple for the girls. And then I can see there's a little loosey bit here, so I'm just trying to find where that bit is so I can, there it is, so we don't have any poking out there. There we go. Right, and okay. Right, so I'm just going to leave that with one tie, because then I'm going to take our final piece of cord here and I'm going to take it over like so, about right there. So that 2 loops is going to create our wings. So I'm making a little cross at the bottom, so there's a big gap in the middle, and then just squishing that in, because that will make our 2 wings. So that is then going to come into the center here, either side of our 2 pieces that we made the knot with. And then I'm going to secure that with a double knot. Get on there, make sure that's nice and tight. Before I double knot it, I'm just going to make sure that I'm happy with how our wings look. It's nice and tight, and then I'm just going to take the shorter ones as well. And make sure they are nice and secure as well. And these will all be hidden at the back. Oh, I've made this a bit fiddly. There we go. Okay, this piece can come down, and then I'm just going to trim that down a little bit. Yeah, and here. And there we go. So she's come together now. with her 2 wings, and we can then flatten out, and you see we've got some stragglers at the bottom, so I just bunch them all together, chop them down like so. Pop that all out the way, and there it is. So it's a really lovely quick project, but I think it comes together really nicely, and it's a lovely way to decorate your home with your own handmade items or give out for gifts to loved ones. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and hopefully you'll be making some around your home this Christmas. Thank you. Bye.